stopping by. Today we have something a little bit different. It's kind of a Throwback Thursday. I might even call it a Throwback Thursday. What the hell, man? It's been a long time since we had one. It's a deep Barz, Chester P. It actually says ultra rare old footage, and you can see, yeah, you'll see, man. I'll throw it up there right now. You'll see the dude. He looks so young, man. So this is ultra rare old footage. What better way to do a Throwback Thursday with the one and only, man, the friggin' GOAT. So let's just jump right in. See what he's got for us.
Remember will serve me for that 8 bars watch. It's dedicated to the rebels. But I ask you, did you ever see a rebel with the devil on his tongue? Even if he didn't do it, make him tell you what he done. String him up, make him tell you what he done. String him up, make him tell you what he done. See the little kids who listen what you.
Is that a young Remus? Is that who that is? Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, of course it's a young Remus if it's a young Chester, but man, I've always said that about Remus, man. I need more Remus. This is one of those cats that it's kind of like the same thing with Rhyme Asylum. It's just I came in late, and it's like they were taken away from me, man. It's like I already got so much. It's the same thing I feel about Remus. One of my favorite songs is "Oh Kitty K." I know I say it a lot, but "Oh Kitty K." You hear that first verse by Remus, and it's one of the hardest things I've ever heard on any rap album anywhere, and don't get anything new from him, man. So let's bring it back.
Serve me for that 8 bars watch. It's dedicated to the rebels. But I ask you, did you ever see a rebel with the devil on his tongue? Even if he didn't do it, make him tell you what he done. String him up, make him tell you what he done. String him up, make him tell you what he done. See the little kids who listen what you tell them in your lyrics. If you ain't selling guns, why you selling them the images? It's something where you feel responsibilities diminish blood. Something you should think about before your lyrics finished up. What about in Africa? Famines on...
Bro, listen to that, man. We had that Billy Wiz composer Genesis Eliza track, man. It's basically saying the same shit. Think about it, man. When you're putting that stuff out there, you're glorifying the gangster lifestyle, and you have these kids who are so easily influenced, man. And think even more today than they were back when this was. Like these days, social media influences people like just like that. People, the sheep line up, man, and just follow blindly no matter what an artist says. And they're so, I mean, just think about, you're watching in real time, you're watching mental illness just destroy some of the biggest names in Hollywood right now. And not just Hollywood, but in the entertainment industry. Like I remember seeing all these people losing their minds about Britney, like free Britney, and like tears running, like leave Britney alone. Like you remember that friggin' video, right? Like just crying, leave Britney alone, free her, and all that kind of shit. And like, have you seen her recently? She's out of her goddamn mind, man. She's just like batshit crazy, and she needs help. She needs to be medicated. Like, yeah, maybe the fact that her dad was the conservator to her money may not have been a good thing, but she's not in the right state of mind, man. And you see that in real time, and you still have people who defend her. And whatever side of the fence you sit on with the Kanye West thing, that's the whole other thing that's going on, man. So that's the thing, but you still have these people lining up, defending everything that's going on, and they'll blindly follow because they're a star, right? And that's the same thing Chester's saying here. It's like, you're out there glorifying violence, you're out there talking about the gangster lifestyle. So maybe you want to think about that shit before you put it down in your lyrics. Think about the consequences to your words and your actions.
Ask you, did you ever see a rebel with the devil on his tongue? Even if he didn't do it, make him tell you what he done. String him up, make him tell you what he done. String him up, make him tell you what he done. See the little kids who listen what you tell them in your lyrics. If you ain't selling guns, why you selling them the images? It's something where you feel responsibilities diminish blood. Something you should think about before your lyrics finished up. What about in Africa? Famines on the map, you take the artifacts and gold that we stole and give it back. See, we're living with disease and file. Judges in a sea of foul, giving more bird to burglars than a paedophile. All I'm gonna say about the Middle East is ever since the...
I know I'm pausing, I'm sorry, I'll bring it back again. But, bro, like he's saying, all this famine, all this disease, all this death and everything in Africa. How about we take all the stolen jewels? Actually, it's funny that I'm watching this today because I saw a tweet today that had the crown jewels. And it said something to the fact, it's like, tell us where the crown jewels came from again. Tell us where the crown jewels came from again. Shout out to whoever tweeted that. I didn't stick with me because I didn't think I'd be doing this video, but obviously, so it's like that, man. It's like, would they be in a different place economically if the land hadn't been raped and pillaged and everything had been stolen? How different would 2022 look in Africa if that wasn't the case, or any other country where you lay waste and take the natural resources and how many wars have been fought over oil and minerals in the earth and shit like that, right? As always, man, I could posit every single bar with Chester. He's very well read. He's very intelligent. So a lot of the stuff that he has read and digested, he's brought that into his verses, man. You guys know that. So sometimes it seems like a simple bar could be taken and broken down a million ways. But this is just simple. Sitting here, man, telling the truth, 100%. I'll try not to pause anymore until the end, okay? It's only a minute-long video, and I'm already sitting at 7 minutes. All right, let's go.
In them the images, it's something where you feel responsibilities diminish blood. Something you should think about before your lyrics finished up. What about in Africa? Famines on the map, you take the artifacts and gold that we stole and give it back. See, we're living with disease and file. Judges in a sea of foul, giving more bird to burglars than a paedophile. All I'm gonna say about the Middle East is ever since the war, there's more smack getting shotted in the British streets. Everything I see, I've gotta eat, cause I'm hungry. It's life, chess monster for real, we run the country.
Bro, magnificent, just magnificent. That whole part too, man, about the pedophiles. You're seeing that in real time too, man. I'm not gonna get into that shit, but you're seeing that in real time too. It's and it goes back to what I was saying too about the wars, about the minerals and all that kind of stuff. Same thing, getting that poppies and shit from Afghanistan, and like he's saying, since we come back from the war, you see a lot more people shooting up that smack in the street, man. Just madness. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. That's all I gotta say. Magnificent as always, Chester, the GOAT. Can't say enough about him, man. It is deep. It is deep. Think about this shit, man. It's a minute long. If you haven't heard this before, play this half a dozen times, and just listen to what he's saying, because it's sad that this was like a decade or more ago, and the lyrics are as just as meaningful and true and happening like right now. Nothing has changed. So crazy, man. Appreciate you being here and being part of this channel, and the fact that we keep growing. That means you guys are liking videos, you're sharing videos. That means they're getting recommended. We're getting new people out all the time, man. That's what we want. We want more eyes on the best music in the world. So make sure you keep liking and sharing and subscribing and getting people onto the channel, because we're spreading the love, man. That's why we're here. And I love you cats for being you and allowing me into your hearts and your ears and your homes. And man, without you, there'd be no me. So I appreciate it. And until next time, stay safe. Be good to each other.